Ever wondered how games make your characters disappear and also keep a score? Today, I'm going to show you how to do that using Scratch. Hello, Code Buddies, and welcome to another interesting episode with Miss Princess. Today, we are going to see how we can make a sprite disappear every time we click on it, how to add a score, and also a timer. The first thing we have to do is to select a sprite we would like to make use of. But before that, let's go ahead and delete the cat sprite because we're not going to be needing it for this particular project. We're just going to click on the trash can and the cat sprite goes away. For the sake of this project, we're going to be making use of a crab sprite. We're going to head over to the sprites area. We'll most likely find the crab in the animals. Here's Mr. Crab. We're going to select it. And for a suitable backdrop, we are going to be selecting something that probably has to do with water. So let's head over to the backdrops. We're going to find the underwater section. And I think I would like to make use of underwater too. So there we have it. We've selected a sprite, we've selected a backdrop as well. Now, we want Mr. Crab to hide and show whenever the green flag is clicked. So we're going to head over to events. You're going to get the code block that says when flag clicked. You're going to head over to looks. Carefully search for the code block that says hide. Carefully search for the code block that says show. So by the time we click on the green flag, Mr. Crab is supposed to hide and show. Let's test it out and see what happens. So when you click on the green flag, you find out that you can notice or you can see that Mr. Crab disappeared and appeared. And that is because the hide and show code blocks come directly after each other. We need a code block that would separate the both of them so that we can actually see when Mr. Crab hides and when Mr. Crab shows. And a perfect code block for that would be the wait code block. We're going to head over to control. We are going to get the code block that says wait 1 second. And we are going to carefully place that code block in between hide and show, just like this. Let's go over now and click on the green flag and see what actually happens. Can you see that, Code Buddies? Interesting. Now we want Mr. Crab to always hide and show forever. Very simple. You get your forever code block and place all other code blocks inside it, just like this. Don't forget to get another wait 1 second code block and place it directly under show. What happens now is that it's going to hide for 1 second and it's going to show for 1 second. Let us test it out and see what happens. This is now going to happen forever. Good job, Code Buddies. Moving on, Code Buddies, another thing we want to be able to do is to make Mr. Crab appear at different positions each time he shows up. We are going to head over to motion and we're going to carefully search for the code block that says go to random position. When you get that code block out, you're going to carefully place it before your show code block. Notice that when you get a code block and you try to place it in between other code blocks, the other code blocks actually give way for it. So you don't have to start disconnecting all your code blocks whenever you want to place a new one. Okay? Let's test it out now and see what happens. Can you see that every time Mr. Crab appears at a different position? That even makes it more interesting. The next thing we want to be able to do is to make Mr. Crab hide every time we click on it. But before we do that, I think we should increase how long Mr. Crab stays hiding and how long he stays showing. So we're just going to increase this probably to 2 seconds, and then he stays showing for 1.5 seconds. Okay, let's now make Mr. Crab hide each time we click on it. We're going to head over to events. Because we are going to be clicking on a sprite now, you're going to carefully search for the code block that says when this sprite clicks. You're going to get that out, place it right here, and we're going to head over to looks just like before. Carefully search for the code block that says hide and insert it with when the sprite clicks. When you test it out now, you're going to see that for every time you click on Mr. Crab hides. Where's Mr. Crab? Can you see that? But now we are not really sure if we've actually clicked on it or not, or it's just disappearing. So one way we can be able to know that we have actually clicked on Mr. Crab is to add a sound that lets us know that we've done that. We're going to head over to sounds and we are going to select a sound. I'm going to go to effects and I'm going to carefully search for the collect sound, this one right here. I'm going to head over to my code blocks and I'm going to add the code block that says play sound until done right here. So this is what my code block is looking like. Let's test it out now and see. Click on the green flag, Mr. Crab. Moving on, code buddies, the next thing we want to do is to add a score so that each time we click on Mr. Crab, it gives us a point for that or a score for that. To make a score, you're going to go to variables. You're going to click on make a variable. Remember, I told you variables are like storage containers used to store information or data. We are going to give a variable a name score. Now we've created a variable that can enable us to store our score. So for each time we click on Mr. Crab, remember you get a point. You're going to go to variables right here and get the code block that says change my variable by 1. And we're going to put it right here. Of course, you're going to change this to score. It now says change score by 1. It could be more than that. If you want your score to increase by 2, by 3, and so on, you can always do that. But I want my score to be increasing by a point. Let's test it out one more time and see what happens. Can you see that a score has been added? I missed that. I'm supposed to get another score now. Good job, code buddies. When you click on the green flag, your score is supposed to go back to 0. So you're going to get the code block that says set your score back to 0, and you're going to place it directly under when flag is clicked. Notice I didn't put it in the forever code block. Change that to score. And that's that for score. The last thing, code buddies, we are going to add is a timer, something to help us keep track of the time. We are going to see how many points you can get in the space of a specified time. To do that, we can head over to the backdrops to add the code blocks for the timer. Firstly, you're going to create another variable to keep track of the time. So we're going to head to variables, make a variable. I'm going to give this one a name, time. Click on OK. Now we've created a variable for time. I'm going to go to events. When green flag clicked, set time to whatever specified time you want it to have. I'll be using 10 seconds for mine for the sake of this project. Yours can be higher. Set time to 10. Heading back to control. Repeat until time equals 0. Change time by -1 because we are counting down, so it's taken away. So we're using -1. So it's going to count down like 10, 9, 8, 7, and so on. Change time by -1. Wait 1 second. And then when the time gets to 0, we need it to stop everything happening on the screen. So we're going to go to control and we're going to carefully search for the code block that says stop all, and you place it right here. This right here is how you can easily set a timer for any project you're working on. Let's test everything out now and see what happens. Click on the green flag. Notice your score goes back to 0 and your time starts counting down. Where's Mr. Crab? You can see that code buddies, I was able to get 2 points in the space of 10 seconds. This right here is how to create a very simple game that has its characters hiding and showing using Scratch. Thank you so much for watching Code Buddies. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more interesting videos, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye Code Buddies!